Alright everyone, as you can see I've already had some fun with my paint. So I found some testers, gloss orange for the needles on this cluster. So I'm just going to start with the speedometer needle. That's what I've got in my hand right here. But first I need to mask it because I don't want the black to get any paint on it. We use some of our fancy modeling masking tape to make that happen. Hopefully this sticks to this type of plastic. Seems like it's gonna. I need to cut it first. There we go. This is sort of plasticky. This masking tape looks like it's going to hold into place pretty well. I'm going to use my little alligator clip to hold this in place while I'm actually painting. So let's just test to see if that's going to work. It should be okay. And grab another piece. Luckily, these ones are easy to paint. Okay. Put some more tape on the back here. I wouldn't be surprised if this one comes off as I'm painting. It's got some pressure on it. Alright, so here we go. And if I mess this up, well, I have spare needles from all these other clusters. So let's give it a shot. That looks like it's going to work. Okay, that side looks good. That side looks good too. Wow, that actually went way faster than I thought it was going to. Although it is a very small piece, so I'm going to let that dry, if it's not dry already, and in the meantime, let's take the gauges of the other needles out of their enclosure. It's going to come off easier. Nope. Alright. I have to use my pliers again to get this one off. Let's see if we can find those pliers. Here they are. Nice thing about this is if I destroy this needle or scratch this plate, I think I have another one. I don't have another one of the plates. Whew. Mask this one up. Alright, we'll do the same thing for this now. Where'd my airbrush go? Okay. Looks like I didn't get the rear end of these. Okay, both of those needles are done. Now I'm just going to get the interior needles, and those, well, at least I won't have to pull those off of anything. I can just slide a piece of paper underneath them to protect the fascias underneath. So let's get started on that. There's a little screwdriver. Here we go. All is revealed. Okay. So I have to mask this off, and slide a piece of paper. You know, it might be easier if I just remove these from the assembly entirely, and that's what I'm going to do. So here is our gas gauge. Alright, so I've got some isopropyl alcohol and Q-tips. Let's clean this needle a little bit. Looks like it's got some weird stuff on it. Oh yeah, that's working to clear that for sure. There's a bubble in its paint. Might as well clear off the whole thing. Yeah, okay, perfect. That's nice and clean now. Okay. Let's get this mounted up now. These needles look like they came from the factory like that. Very good. So I'm going to unclip these, set them aside. Okay. And we'll use this to clip this in place. So this is going to be trickier now. I have nice little post-it notes to do this. May not be as bad as I thought it was going to be. And then I'll use this masking tape to cover off the internals. Trying to minimize the amount of stuff I get inside the gauge here. I never know what it'll do to the operation long term if I get it in there. Okay. Alright, we're ready for painting this needle now. never been very good left-handed. Alright, let's try this again. A little bit more. Looks about right. On to the next one. So the last one we have to do is the coolant temperature gauge, which will be much the same as the fuel gauge. I'll take this off. And here we have a coolant temperature gauge. Clip this into place. Do the same thing with our masking and our post-it note. Ooh, that's a little more fragile than the other one. Alright. Airbrushing time. Looks good. If anything, it was easier than the other two because I didn't have to pull them off the gauges. Well, once those are all dry, they'll be going back inside the instrument cluster. Alright, well, if you guys liked this video, hit like. If you didn't like it, then hit dislike. If you want to see how this all comes back together, hit subscribe.